Yeah, Shalom Israel, Shalom. Barakatha YaHaWah, Barakatha YaHaWaShi. BaHaSham Qadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who teach well and rule well, who taught me this truth in its entirety. Peace and salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth all over the earth. And to the Akweth listening, quietly listening, Shalom. This is your brother Shema from the Pillars of Benjamin camp here in Toronto with another lesson. I don't know the title yet, but through the spirit and power of YaHaWah, BaHaSham, YaHaWaShi, a title will come to me, right? But pretty much it's just an update, these World War III brewings, right? But pretty much these articles came out today. This article here is saying that the UK says Iran's ballistic missile launch is of significant concern. So basically, we're worried capabilities on their missiles, right? But the main one I wanted to touch was this one that came in also from the Globe and Mail, right? And we're just standing on our watching, right? Occupied in prophecy, right? Watching, reporting, blowing the trumpet, warning, right? Edifying the flock. But yeah, this one came out, the Globe and Mail, and it came out April 23rd, 2020. And the title is U.S. warships will be destroyed if they threaten Iran in Gulf Revolutionary Guards, Chief says, right? U.S. warships will be destroyed if they threaten Iran in Gulf Revolutionary Guards, Chief says. So, Iran will destroy U.S. warships if its security is threatened in the Gulf. The head of Iran's elite Revolutionary Guards told state TV on Thursday, a day after U.S. President Donald Trump warned Tehran over harassment of U.S. vessels. Right? And these are just fighting words being thrown back and forth between Iran and the U.S. I have ordered our naval forces to destroy any American terrorist force in the Persian Gulf that threatens security of Iran's military or non-military ships. Major General Hossein Salami said, security of the Persian Gulf is part of Iran's strategic priorities. Trump said on Wednesday he had instructed the U.S. Navy to fire any Iranian ships that harass it at sea, but said later he was not changing the military's rules of engagement. Earlier this month, the U.S. military said 11 Revolutionary Guards naval vessels from the Guards Navy came close to the U.S. Navy and Coast Guard ships in the Gulf, calling the moves dangerous and provocative. Tehran blamed its long-time adversary for the incident on Thursday. Iran's foreign ministry summoned the Swiss ambassador in Tehran, who represents U.S. interests in the country, over the recent tensions between Tehran and Washington. I'm telling the Americans that we are absolutely determined and serious in defending our national security, our water borders, our shipping safety, and our security forces, and will respond decisively to any sabotage, Salami said. Right? More fighting words, back and forth, right? Americans have experienced our power in the past and must learn from it. Right? I'm not going to read on, but you get the gist. Right? Fighting words, threatenings. Right? Oh, let's go down to this paragraph. The U.S. military is hit by over 5,000 COVID-19 infections. Also, U.S. forces have no business 7,000 miles away from home, provoking our sailors off our own Persian Gulf shores, Zarif tweeted. Oh, so this was a tweet. Yeah, so they're jockeying for position from the Iran foreign minister. That was a tweet from the Iran foreign minister, right? So, yeah, man. The words are flying back and forth, right? And this is all prophecy, right? This is all prophecy. This is all prophecy, man. Let's get some precepts. Joel chapter 3. And we know exactly where we're going. Joel chapter 3. Verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them, plead in this case meaning judge, with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, a part of my land, right? Israel's been scattered to the four corners of the earth, Israel being a people before a place, right? The so-called indigenous, the so-called Negroes, and the so-called Latinos. That's Israel, right? Scattered amongst the four corners. And part of my land, right? So we know those so-called Khazars, Amalekites, over there in Israel are not the Jews, right? And parted my land, and they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they might drink, right? That's captivities, man, right? That's captivities, right? And parted my land. Let's get a precept. Ezekiel 36. Let's just prove, right? Here a little, there a little. Ezekiel 36, verse 1. Also, thou son of man, prophesy unto the mountains of Israel, right? Unto the people, right? Unto the peoples of Israel. And say, ye mountains of Israel, right? Peoples, government. Ye mountains of Israel, hear the word of YaHaWah, BaHaSham YaHaWaShi. Thus saith YaHaWah power, because the enemy hath said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession, right? They've taken Israel, man. Right? Verse 5. Therefore, thus saith YaHaWah power, surely is the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, right? The residue of the heathen, right? Those remaining, those in Israel, right? And against all Idumea, right? Edom, which have appointed my land, right? Israel, into their possession, right? Their possession, Edom, heathens, right? With the joy of all their heart, right? Happy, cut up the land, part it out. Here, you take peace, you take that northeast corner, you take that south corner, right? The joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast it out for a prey, right? So they've pillaged, they've taken. We know Israel is in false hands, man, right? And we know that Israel being a people before a place is scattered, right, to the four corners, right? Let's go back to Joel chapter 3. Joel chapter 3 verse. Joel chapter 3 verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, right? Amongst the heathen, other nations, right? Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men, right? The military. Get ready for war. Wake up. Let all the men of the war, let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up, right? Beat your plowshares into swords, right? Plowshares is farming instruments. So basically come out of a state of peace and get into a mindset of war, right? Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong, right? Everybody's ready for war, man. Frothing at the mouth, right? Right? Throwing fighting words back and forth, right? Verse 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause thy mighty ones to come down, O YaHaWah, right? So all these nations are being gathered in the Middle East, man. The Valley of Decision, the Valley of Jehoshaphat, right? Getting ready for war, right? Verse 12. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the Valley of Jehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So the judgments of YaHaWah BaHaSham YaHaWaShi are just going to pour out, man. Right? Right? World War III, man. Right? Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Right? It's ripe. YaHaWah BaHaSham YaHaWaShi is ready to cast forth judgment, man. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Right? Nothing but wickedness, man. Doesn't it say wickedness is exceedingly great? Let's get that, man. In Esdras. In 2nd Esdras, I believe. 15 or 16. Exceedingly great. Yeah, 2nd Esdras 15 verse 6. Second Esdras 15 verse 6. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Right. So there's nothing but wickedness all over the planet, man. Yosemite. right? Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for the wickedness is great, right? YaHaWah BaHaSham YaHaWaShi is ready to pour forth the judgment, man. So he's gathering these nations in the valley of Jehoshaphat, the valley of decision, the Middle East, right? Verse 14, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of YaHaWah BaHaSham YaHaWaShi is near in the valley of decision, right? Right. So these gatherings, these jockeying, these war talks, right? These war talks, this general saying this president saying that, these war talks, right? It's all prophecy, man, right? Manifesting right before our eyes, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's about it on that. I just wanted to drop some precepts, edify the flock, right? Blow the trumpet, get the blood off our hands, man. You see me? I pray you edified. Call Allah YaHaWah, BaHaSham YaHaWaShi, BaHaSham Rakah Qadash. Double honors to the apostle and elders, a great millstone, who teach you on rule well. Peace and salutation to Akim out there pushing this truth all over the earth. Kwam Yasharallah, Abad Babal.